Hey everybody, Dojo and Jonah here, and we have watched all of Firefly. So, of course, the natural thing to do was to watch Serenity. So, the conclusion of Firefly, I guess you could say, not really a conclusion, but it was like a maybe they'll make movies, like they'll go the Star Trek path and make movies, turn this thing into a movie franchise. Didn't happen, but people are still craving it. And it came out in 2005 and it was written and directed by Josh Whedon, his first ever movie he did. Did he only ever do two?
It's
Yes.
four, I think.
Oh, because he did Justice League, right? So Serenity,
He had
Avengers.
like a Shakespeare movie or something.
Really?
Hmm.
He didn't do Age of Ultron, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did. Okay. So, Serenity, we were curious about like what threads it would continue, what we would learn from it. And turns out this one deals with the secret of the Reapers, right? So, uh, we kind of get, you know, like I said, it's a secret, and we kind of learn about them. So, we don't learn much about the other two secrets, like Summer, or it's not Summer, River. River's kind of, I mean, she plays a big part of it, but we don't learn that much about like what they were trying to do to her, I guess. They tell her she was a seer, right? Or was that what they called her? Did they ever call
Something
her
like
that
that.
in the series?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because that just like came out of nowhere. I was like, where'd that come from? I think they might have mentioned like maybe she was a seer, but I don't think they called her that. Anyway, and then the other mystery about book, we got nothing.
I know.
To our disappointment. So Serenity, and it's very much has all the good and bad of Whedon in his like his style. So we'll talk about that. What's the, it's not going on the plot because I think everyone knows it if they're going to watch this, but
Hmm.
so we'll just go over what we thought of it. So it is it was very cinematic. It translated to film, I think, pretty well. I think it the series sorely needed like a budget because you could tell um it really needed like space battles, really, because you don't get too much space battles in Firefly. You do get few, but not a ton. So I was happy with this getting, space battles because I really wanted that from Firefly, and we never got it. And you could tell that they, put some money into it. I thought it did look good. The CG, I watched the trailer before we watched this, and I was like, "Ooh, this could be rough." But in the actual movie, the CG, I mean, it's dated, but it doesn't look terrible or anything.
Looks like Revenge of the Sith or something.
Yeah, it looks very much of the time. So,
Hmm.
it didn't bother me or anything. I didn't think it subtracted from the movie. One thing that did kind of bother me is some of the characters kind of get resetted from the end of the series. Like there was some development they were going for at the end of the series. I thought they kind of went backwards, especially with like Mel and the Doctor, because
Hmm.
it's like, I mean, they always fought, even, in the last one, but it seemed that they were kind of growing, but this one just like threw it back and they were just like
Hmm.
fighting again. And it felt like the Doctor and River was just, had just like our news of the ship again. And I didn't really like that. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the weakest part of the whole movie is the beginning because it does feel like it goes back on some of the characters.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's very uneven with the characters. So what like we mentioned book, him and Alan Tudyk, I know in the behind the scenes they didn't want to be part of like a Firefly franchise, I guess you would say. So Whedon kind of wrote them out because he um in kind of passive aggressively, I guess you could
I
say,
know.
the way they go. I know a lot of people um are they were devastated by Wash's death in the movie. And we'll talk about the deaths pretty soon, but
Wash Wash has made sense, but Book
yeah,
is he was already like separated from them, and then they just killed him further.
yeah. So like we said, some of it's resetted, but then Book is on a planet like starting a colony that like I guess there's some time between the series and the movie,
Yeah.
but still it was a little different. It's kind of like in Star Trek when like Sulu has his own ship now, and you're like, oh, he's
Hmm.
got his own. But that was like 6 movies in, so you would expect some change, but this happened like right away. Um, so like I was saying, it's a little uneven with the character focus. So like Mel is, he's of course going to be the main focus. He's the captain. But and then River gets a lot. But others like Inara she's like doesn't have a big part because she's separated too for a little bit,
Hmm.
and then she acts kind of like just a plot point to get them to go somewhere. And then like Kaylee doesn't have a lot to do in this one, I would say. Even Jane doesn't get too
It's really
much.
just Mel and the Doctor and River.
Yeah, yeah, it really focuses on them. So yeah, the crew kind of suffers for it. I mean, that was one thing in Star Trek because I'm always going to compare these two now, I guess. Um, yeah, Kirk was always there, but I think what this it did better was like expand the crew from the series because the series is pretty much Kirk and Spock like the whole time.
Hmm.
And but the movies they gave us Chekhov and they gave us Scotty and they really um expanded their roles, which was nice. So this kind of did the opposite of that, which was kind of sad. Um, so we got to talk about the villains. So this was kind of a weak point for me because I really wanted to like the villain because it's I don't know how to say his name.
Well, Edgifer.
Yeah, so he's great. I like him as an actor.
Hmm.
He's like in Doctor Strange and the Backrooms, right? He's good
Yeah.
in Backrooms. So I really wanted to like his character, but I did not like his
I liked
character.
his character.
Did you? I
Yeah.
just thought he was really dumb. And he was like really like villain dumb. Like there's like 2 times he could have just killed Mel and he
I
doesn't.
know.
The end is very glaring when Mel is just like climbing on. Why don't you just shoot him again? But so yeah, right. I wanted to like his character because he's got kind of a cool setup with like he thinks he's like punishing sin for the Alliance. So he's kind of like the zealot type character. And
Hmm.
in the end, could have been cool. I think the end is the worst part for me.
Really? I thought that was the best part.
Really? I mean, there's cool
Hmm.
stuff, definitely. But the end with the villain in I just think I needed more for his turnaround. I like the idea of Mel like showing him the video
Hmm.
of what happens on the Reaper planet. I do like that. I think I needed some seeds to be planted that he could be turned because it's very much like, oh, okay, I'm the bad guy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry about that. Um, so yeah, we'll talk about the end, I think, in a little bit. What did you think overall?
I liked it. I like how it kind of ends everyone's character from the show and kind of the conclusions it comes to. Um, like with these, like whenever a TV show is made into films, sometimes it kind of ruins the plot, but I think this one finished it in a less satisfying way. I didn't feel like it cheated like any of them except maybe Book. But like you said with Star Trek, I didn't during the show I didn't get the Star Trek comparison at all. I thought it was his own separate thing, but this definitely felt like a Star Trek movie from
Yeah.
like one of the films, like especially the Next Generation ones because it was
Hmm.
around that time. Um, but I like that and the explanation for the Reavers especially that was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I kind of feel like we've seen that kind of before.
Kind of,
Something kind of like Mass Effect, I think, does that, but Mass Effect, of course, came
yeah.
after, so it's believable that they would do that. Um, but yeah, so they got to go to like the planet where the okay, it's like where the Reapers lived, kind of. They like all hang out right there, and then Nara's like, "Hey, you can't go there." No, no, no. She's like, never mind. She was like, "Hey, it's just over there. Why don't we just fly over there?" But then someone, I think it's Walsh or something, is like, "No one goes there. It's like Reaper Hive or something like that." So you got to get to that planet, and all the Reapers have like all their dead ships around, floating around it. So that was cool.
Hmm.
Um, the planet reminded me a lot of that Star Trek episode where where they're gonna go visit Kirk's brother. And yeah, I can't remember what the heck was killing off that colony. Do you?
No.
I don't. I think it was. I don't remember. I wanted to look that up and I forgot. But it looked like that because that episode was filmed on like the UCLA campus, so it
Hmm.
kind of looked like that when they went down to the planet
Yeah, it does look like that kind
that they were
of.
just like on a college campus or something walking
Hmm.
around. Um, do you like the how the Reapers were presented, like their look? Because we didn't really see much of them in the series, right?
Yeah, they didn't show him at all in the series.
Yeah, these are kind of like human zombies or something like
Yeah, they
that.
kind of look how you expected them to look from how they described them, but I
Hmm.
think it worked for what it was.
Yeah, I like the ships too, where they like paint them and
Yeah.
I guess they put bones on them and stuff like that. So, there's this planet. The bad guys after River, and of course, because it's like the series.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was gonna have more to do with it, but it really doesn't. It just has them to get to this planet. Because she's having weird, uh, d- psychotic attacks again, where she like attacks people and stuff like that. And
She
then
gets like triggered by something and like almost kills like an entire bar basically.
yeah, so they're ready to kick her off. And they have a guy. He's a familiar actor. He's like the guy from the Santa Claus. You know who
Oh,
I'm
is that
talking
him?
about? Yeah.
Oh,
He's like
yeah.
the tech guy. They needed a tech guy because they didn't have one.
What did they
Mr.
call him?
Universe.
Yeah.
David Krumholtz. I think he just actually retired from acting. It was
Hmm.
like did you see that story?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw something about that like he stopped acting
Yeah,
recently.
because he says it's exploitive and they don't get paid enough or something like that.
Hmm.
So he's actually in the news right now. What movie was he in this year? I think it was.
Yeah, he's been in a couple things recently.
Yeah, and that's why his retiring was kind of surprising.
Was it
So,
Marty Supreme or something like that?
let's see. I got his. Oh, not him. He was in Backrooms. He was in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Uh, I think maybe that's what I. Oh, he was in Supergirl. He was actually Zor-El. I didn't even notice him in that movie.
Oh, I know.
Did you?
Hmm.
Dude, he's in like four movies this year. The other ones I haven't heard of. Influenced, Kill Me, Mr. Irrelevant. I have heard of that one. But yeah, so he's Mr. Universe. He's like the only other character, I guess, in this
Yeah.
movie. And he's kind of like the shadow broker from Mass Effect. Um, he's just an information dealer and stuff like that. And he like analyzes the video for them, and he picks up a clue. I can't remember what the clue is. There's like a logo they like see, and the logo has words on it or something like that.
Yeah.
It tells them where
It
the
was like in
planet
an
is.
advertisement.
Yeah, it tells them where the planet is. And River, like the whole time's having these like dreams and stuff like that, and she like needs to get to the planet for some reason, and so they take her there. Um, but he actually, the Mr. Universe guy, actually betrays them because the bad guy, he doesn't have a name, right? That's his whole thing, right?
I don't think he did, no.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have a name. Um, but yeah, he gets to him first, and he betrays them, and then the bad guy goes around to everyone that they know, like every port that they land at, that they like to land at, and like kills everyone. He probably went to that poor postman guy again, and their mailman. So like we said, Book is running a colony. Like, poor guy, man. He's just
I
all
know.
they ever at this desert planets, and he's over here at this desert planet. They actually land there earlier in the film,
Yeah.
because they need like somewhere safe to land. So they land there, and they see him, and they're like, "Oh, everyone's happy," and he's got this very peaceful utopian like society going on. But the bad guy finds out that they were there, and so he kills the whole colony. And it was sad.
Hmm.
It's not a. I wasn't happy the way Book went out, just because I liked his
Yeah.
character from the show, and we didn't learn like nothing about him. In the yeah, he wasn't even like on the crew in this one. He was just on the planet, and he died, and it was sad.
It's like I guess the continuation would have to be like between the show and the film because I think Alan Tudyk's character comes back in it as well,
Yeah,
so they'd have to go
yeah,
backwards from this.
that's gonna be weird.
Hmm.
So yeah, because they wanted Wash back, and maybe he just didn't die. Maybe they fixed him up and
But they buried him.
oh yeah, dang it. um, so we gotta talk about that scene too. Uh, they get to that colony, and Mel's like, oh, "Forget this, I'm gonna end it." So we gotta go to this planet. We gotta paint the ship and like put bones on it so we can get past the Reapers. And they do. Um, I'm trying to think. Okay, so they learn the secret of the Reapers, right? When they go
Hmm.
down there, River's like freaking out. She's like, "Oh, they're all dead." Uh, it's funny that because they're like, "Oh, they just died where they were sitting," but some guys are like on the floor and
Hmm.
stuff like that. It's like, no, they some of them fell. Um, and then it turns out the mystery was that the Reapers were actually an experiment by the Alliance. What were they doing? They were trying to make people complacent, I think.
Yeah, they're trying to like get rid of like aggravation in people, but it like
Yeah.
went the other direction.
Well, some of them just
Yeah.
got. They said they just,
They like got so peaceful they just stopped doing anything,
yeah, they just didn't
basically.
want to do anything, and they just like sat there and they just got so bored or something. But with like a certain percentage of them, it made them like really it made them like zombies and feral.
Hmm.
And we learned from a lady that was stationed there. Was she an actress? I don't remember.
Yeah, I wasn't seeing.
Uh, oh yeah, it was Sarah Paulson.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
she's like really young in it.
yeah. I knew I recognized. So mostly horror movies for her. And she gets a horrific end. But she recorded it, so they need that. So they're like, "Hey, we got to get this out to the people, man."
Hmm.
And they want to go back to Mr. Universe, but they go to his like space station, I think he has.
Hmm.
But the bad guys beat him there and betrayed him. But his love bot had a message for
He
Mel.
like back like his memory up basically.
Yeah, and he like tells Mel what happened. And there's another part that was kind of annoying because like he gives him that message,
I know.
and the bad guy comes and like listens to it, and I was like, eh.
He's like, what is
um,
this?
but no. So now the bad guy knows where they're going. So they go. They got to get to the planet. I don't remember what the planet was called. Do you? Do you know?
Mm-mm.
Eh, I don't really want to look for it. Miranda. So another Mass Effect thing. Mass Effect just copied everything. um,
Mass Effect copied Firefly.
yeah, confirmed. So they fly there. They sneak past the Reapers. No, this isn't right. Because
They
the
get
bad guys like know they're coming, so they get there. They are like sneaking past the Reaper, but then the bad guys show up. Is that right? Or did they
they
show up at
I
that
think
one
they're
planet?
already aren't they already there?
Oh, I can't remember because they do this trap.
Hmm.
So I think they followed them to the planet, the
They're
original.
like in orbit of the planet,
Yeah.
and then they like sneak past them.
Well, they what they do is they. Oh, I'm trying to. They It's actually a clever plan because they like get the Reapers to follow them.
Hmm.
So there's like this is just big armada of Reapers, and they start attacking the Alliance in this big battle, and that was pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, they had some little clever plans in this one because like before then, when they went to Anara's planet,
Yeah.
they like took the tracker off and then put it on like pods or something like that, so they could figure out where they
Hmm.
are. That was annoying too, because if we back up a little, they go to Anara's planet because she like sends them a message that she wants to see them or something like that, and they're like, "This is a trap." Yep, it's a trap. Classic Whedon kind of dialogue. But so they go, and the bad guys there waiting for him, and they fight. And Mel, he's does his best Kirk and gets beat, beat the
Hmm.
crap beat out of him. um, but there was like a part where the bad guy probably could have just killed him in there, but um, so they foil the bad guy and they escape there. And I don't know. There's not much to say about that scene actually. It's just kind of they just have to get there.
Hmm.
But back to the end. So the end kind of reminds me of Rogue One because they got to climb a tower
Yeah.
to send out a message while there's a
Hmm.
space battle going on. So like, whoa! um,
It
it's
almost
like
looks like it's gonna
everything.
be that because it looks like they're all gonna die at one point.
Yeah, everyone's dying. It, it's like everything just copies weed and stuff.
Now you get why people are so upset by this.
I know. So yeah, so is that? I guess it wasn't. Was it a space station? Because it looks like a planet they land on, where the
It's
Mister Universe guy was.
it's like a station on the planet, I
It's
guess.
like an asteroid or something, maybe. Anyway,
Yeah, something like that.
or a moon. Maybe it was a moon.
Yeah, I think so. Something
Yeah,
like
because
that.
there's like a big gas planet, right? Too that
Yeah.
is by it. Okay, so they got to
Looks
get
like
through the.
Yavin 4 or something.
Yeah, yeah, it does. So they fly through the Armada, and some of the Reapers actually chase them down to the planet, and or the moon, whatever it is, and they got to make like a crash landing, and he's like, I got to crash glide us in, and they're like, is that gonna work? And he's like, it's work for Anakin. Here we go. So they crash the Serenity on the moon, and this is where Walsh gets killed because they're like, "Oh, we made it," and he's like, "Another fine landing" or something like
Hmm.
what Obi-Wan said. Now he actually says something that he like mentioned before, right?
Yeah, I forget what he
Like
says.
I'm the leaf in the wind or something like that.
Yeah.
And, and then also just this like spear like crashes through the window and kills Walsh or Wash. Um, and that's how he died. Like you said, it makes sense in the movie, like more than
Hmm.
books, I guess, but it's still kind of, I guess, unsatisfying. I don't know.
A little
Um,
bit, but
if it was like Rogue One, it would make real sense because everyone would get picked off one by
yeah.
one. But yeah, the poor Bosch got died. I had a problem with Zoe, not so much during the battle because she seems like a person that could like ignore what just happened
Hmm.
because of a battle coming up because she's a soldier, ex-soldier. So that made sense. But after at the end, I thought she would say more about him dying, but she really doesn't.
Well, there's kind of like a jump after the battle,
Hmm.
so it doesn't really even get to that.
Yeah, just kind of like, okay, let's fly on. So we don't really
Hmm.
get an emotional part from her, which I was kind of expecting. So, they go down and they're like, Mel, you got to go do the thing while we, stand guard and, we got the guns. This is the classic, like, guard the door type of ending.
Hmm.
Um, so they do, and Jane and Zoe are pretty much the heavy hitters and like shooting. So she does act out emotionally a little bit because she like goes and starts fighting them like face to face, and Jade's like, "Hey, get
Hmm.
back here!" um, but it goes as much as expected because they're being overrun. I mean, there was just kind of one Reaper ship that followed them, but there was like a ton of people on it or something.
Yeah,
Um, and they kind of get backed into a corner. Someone gets shot, right?
the
The
doctor.
doctor gets shot.
I don't
Is this?
remember how.
I think
He
he's just
just
trying to cover someone and they shot him.
he just like runs out suddenly and just gets shot.
He's like, I got this.
Hmm.
Um, is this the one where he's like, I've never been, now I've been shot or something? Or was that in the series? I can't remember.
I think that was in the show.
Okay, so now he's been shot twice. Uh, so he's like dying on the floor, and then so River, like her instincts kick in, her
Hmm.
assassin instincts. So she's like, I got this, and she's got like an axe, and she's like, she goes out there and like close it because it's the one of those things where there's a button out there that you need to push, but you can't.
Hmm.
Whoever pushes it can't get back. It's like a one-way
Hmm.
trip kind of thing. So she's
Again,
like,
it reminded me of Rogue One with like
yeah,
that button that's where everyone's shooting at.
yeah. So she's like, I'll do it, and so she goes out there and starts like going. Meanwhile, Mel is up at the tower. He's got to insert the USB drive. And,
Hmm.
and like I said, the bad guy shoots him in the back, and he's like, "Ow!" And they just like talk a little bit, and Mel's like, "No, you can't catch me!" And
Well,
he
he
starts
does.
like climbing up the thing,
Yeah,
and like. I don't know why he didn't shoot. Did he only have one shot in that gun or something? I don't know. Maybe just
and that was like Winter Soldier where he has to get the chip in that
yeah,
one part.
yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
So he goes over there, but the bad guy falls and he kicks his butt again. So
Hmm.
Mel, doing Kirk again, gets his butt kicked. And then I had a real big problem with this too. It's like the bad guy we've seen has this like I don't know what it is. It's like a pressure point
Smooth.
that
Yeah,
he can attack and it like paralyzes people. So he did it once to someone else.
at the
Uh,
beginning of the
yeah, at the
movie.
beginning of the movie. Well, yeah, when he entered, when we first met him, he was like at an alliance place, and they're talking to the doctor who did the experiments on River. He does it
Hmm.
to him. So he does it to Mel, and Mel's like, "Oh," um, and then he's like, "I won, haha," or something. He turns his back on him to like get the disc out, but then Mel's like, "Ha!" I've had those nerves removed when I was in the war. And I was like, oh, come on. I mean, they didn't set it up at all, did
I
they?
know, no.
It's just like, hey, how do we get Mel out of this? Because he can't fight his way out of it.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it's not smart or anything. It's just very, very lucky.
I know.
So, yeah, he does. So, Mel's like, I'm not frozen. And then he beats that guy up. It looks like he's going to like break his neck or something, but instead
Mm.
um,
He just like ties him to the like the
yeah,
railing.
with his sword too.
Hmm.
And he's like, "Watch this," and so the bad guy watches the the report from the scientist on the planet, and he's like,
Hmm.
"Oh my goodness!" And so, yeah, this is not my favorite thing either, because like we didn't do this with the Avengers, and one of the things I don't like about the first Avengers
The
movie is
ending.
the ending where you blow up the mothership and all the guys just turn off. I
Hmm.
mean, they do that. They did that a lot in this era because they did it like in Star
Yeah.
Wars, right? But that made sense because they're robots, okay? But
Hmm.
they did it like Pacific Rim.
Yeah,
It's like
every movie for a while did
I
that.
hated that ending, and they do it again here. But I mean,
It's
he
like the
doesn't
sky
turn,
portal. It was
huh?
just in every, it's like the sky port, the portal in the sky was just in
Yeah,
everything for a while.
yeah, everything, and it just turns off bad guys for some reason. Because like the
Hmm.
Reapers are out there, man. They could come down and send more troops, but they don't. I mean, I guess you could say, well, they didn't know the other Reapers. I guess didn't see them go down there. Um,
Hmm.
but with the Alliance too. So the Alliance gets there, and they're gonna arrest everyone, and they're gonna shoot. But the bad guy's like, "Oh, don't do it. It's over."
It's over.
Yeah, it's over. I mean, one of the guys had to be like, no, we still have a mission." And
I know.
so I didn't appreciate that. I didn't like that. But that's how the movie ends. And like you said, they kind of skip forward. I think you said,
Yeah.
and they bury their dead, and they're ready for their next adventure. I don't know who's gonna pilot. Oh, they like Mal wants to
River.
pilot, but then River's like, "All right, got this," and it's like,
Hmm.
"Okay." So I guess she would be the new pilot going on if they ever made new ones. But
Mm.
that was Firefly, or not Firefly. That was Serenity. That was the end of Firefly. It wasn't bad. It was just a lot of stuff bothered me, like we pointed out. I mean, it's a fun movie. It's got a lot of flaws, I guess you would say. I could see why it didn't like become a blockbuster. Well, I mean, Star Trek movies didn't do great either at that
Hmm.
time, but
Any like TV show movie hasn't done good.
yeah, I mean, Star Trek made a franchise out of it, but that was because it started in the 70s, and
Mm.
it had it in the 80s helped it too. So but the next generation movies, you could tell really they were
Yeah.
running out of gas. Uh, yeah, I mean, for fans, I guess you would like it. If you've never seen Firefly, I guess it's
Don't
really
not
no
yeah,
value,
no.
no value to you at all. Um,
I'd
yeah,
recommend it though.
you would recommend it?
Yeah, just to people that have seen the show,
Yeah,
definitely finish it with. And
yeah.
I think if we're like ranking like movies based on TV shows, it is one of the better ones, I think.
Hmm. I know you guys love the original Star Trek one.
Yeah.
You and Jared look both like that one a lot. Yeah. Anything else we could say? I mean, the directing was good. I think we'd improved that he could direct a movie with it.
Yeah, for a first feature, it's pretty well directed.
Yeah, I don't think the writing was the strongest, but I mean, there was no like. I don't think there was any cringy dialogue in it. I want to
No.
say no. So the dialogue worked. It's just some of the story aspects didn't work that
Hmm.
great. And then like the pettiness of killing off characters that were gonna quit the show. But anything I have music, I don't really remember it.
Not really.
Yeah, nothing
I remember
stood.
it being fine for
Yeah,
what it is, though.
but nothing really stood out. They didn't really do
No,
the Western thing, did they?
no, that wasn't there either.
Yeah, they kind of dialed back on the
I think it has
Westerns.
like all new music from the show.
Hmm. Yep. They still did some of the like Chinese, how they always like slip in the Chinese every once in a while.
Hmm.
Um, so they did do that. So they did carry that over. They gave Serenity like a logo now. Um,
I think that was there in the show.
does it? I never noticed
They
it.
just like never showed it up close.
I guess the end they were like refixing it because it was torn up.
Hmm.
All right. Are you gonna check out the cartoon when it comes out?
Probably.
You think so? I'm curious to see what it looks like. Like, is it gonna be cheap? Are they actually gonna
I don't
stylize
think it's
this?
gonna be like overly expensive. It looks like it's like a cheaper company, so
Hmm.
we'll see.
Is it gonna be CG?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Like you said, Tudyk coming back, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they'll probably recast Book, um,
Mm-hmm.
since he died. So yeah, Serenity. I don't know. Do you want to give it a score? I guess like a
Mm,
6.5 for me.
I give it like a 7.6.
7.6. Okay, a little higher than me. All
Mm-hmm.
right, but that's okay. um, yeah. So guys, tell us what you thought of Serenity and Firefly. We're gonna move on to another classic sci-fi soon. So recommendations for that. Uh, got some ideas, but like, subscribe, and notify yourself for even more good stuff. And we will see you next time.